Hi, I'm Ree from mummyof4.com. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have got a massive task. I have got to tackle my whole house in the post-Christmas, post-birthday, because Bella's had a birthday a couple of days after Christmas, craziness. And I just need to get it all back to a level where my family can start being respectful of it again. So this is an ultimate whole house speed clean with me. I hope it gives you loads of cleaning motivation. If you are new here, welcome. Please subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Let's go and get on with it. Let's start by taking a look around at what needs to be done. Bedroom, not too bad, bed needs tidying up, but just really needs a good clean. Zara's room, oh dear, what a mess. Yes, it needs cleaning, but first it needs a massive tidy. Bella's room starts off looking not too bad, and then, look at all that mess. Just stuff dumped. There's so much stuff dumped on the landing, dressing up clothes, and those cushions are things that Zara has weed on, and I've washed them, I've not put them back properly. The playroom's a bit of a tip, and it really needs a clean. It really has been cleaned in longer than I'd care to admit. The kitchen, again, isn't as untidy as it could be, but really needs a clean. The laundry room, which is a very busy room as we know, needs a blooming good sort out and clean. The lounge, which is normally my super tidy child-free room, is like Christmas birthday-tastic and needs sorting. And then obviously the hall, I've got to take down the Christmas tree and really give that a good clean. And this downstairs loo is driving me insane, and I haven't even shown you the bathrooms on the top floor, but all that needs doing too. So I'm going to start by taking down the Christmas tree. Feel quite sort of emotional really. This is the last time we're having a Christmas tree in this house, because by Christmas 2020 we will have moved to our new house. If you haven't caught it yet, we're doing a full renovation project, so I will link that in the cards. So I'm just taking away the kind of special Christmas decorations that the children have made and things, and putting those separately, because these red Christmas decorations will not match our new house, so they have been put in a bag ready to give to a friend. She said she would like them. I'm taking out the presents that have been left under the tree that haven't been given to friends yet, we still need to catch up with. And then I'm going to wrap up the lights. Now I'm using half of a Christmas wrapping paper innard thingy, what they call tubes, and I've cut a little slit in it. I've tucked the end of the lights in one end with the slit, and I'm wrapping the rest of the lights round and round and round, and that should stop them getting all mucked up and tangled before next year. By wrapping the lights up, you could use the sort of the full length of the tube and then they would sort of fit better, I guess, but I'm using half of one because it's got to fit into this bag with the Christmas tree, which I'm showing you now. These are the bags that I use from Jojo. I shall link them below, which they are brilliant. I use them for loads of storage things around the house. Now, we did used to try and fit our Christmas tree back into the cardboard box it originally came in, and every year it became more and more difficult, lots of gaffer tape and trying to squish it in, until eventually the box gave up the ghost. I now split the tree into these two bags. It's actually easier to move because it's easy to lift. It's just in, two bags. It's not so heavy, so you can split the weight, and it's just easier to put away and just shove it in there, zip it up. I used to store it in a wardrobe in my office, but this tree is actually being sent over to our new house ahead of us to go into the attic, which has got loft boards in it. So even though my husband is still doing up the house and it's not ready for us to kind of put any stuff in yet, the tree is going there to be stored, which is like, it's the first thing to move in. The very first thing to move in is our Christmas tree. So yeah, feel a bit kind of emotional about that. So those are the bags, putting those by the front door to put in my husband's van. Next job is to vacuum this rug. Now this is like a preliminary vacuum of the rug, just to get rid of the bits of tree. Even though it's not a real tree, it still molts bits, doesn't it? Do you find that even if you've got a fake tree, it still like puts bits all over your floor? So even though I will have to like carry on vacuuming later on, I didn't want the children to walk with stuff through the house. So I've wrapped the precious ornaments in a bit of wrapping paper and put them in a little bag. And then those presents, like I said, I've got two families, two sort of friends with children that I haven't caught up with yet. So they're their gifts. I'm going to sort of hide those upstairs till we catch up with them. Let me know in the comments, do you always end up with a couple of presents after Christmas you have not given out yet, even though you're putting your tree away? Let me know. So now I'm going to put my husband's mail in that box and hide it away because I'm fed up of looking at it, and start dusting with my fluffy duster. Then I'm going to use my Method multi-surface cleaner. This is the lavender scent, to just clean the surfaces and wipe them over with a microfiber cloth. This stuff smells great. So it should make the entrance hall smell lovely. Now I'm going to get down on the floor and dust and wipe this glass shelf, which just collects dust if I'm honest, and really get under the back of this cupboard, which is just collecting gross amounts of dust. And then take those presents upstairs out of the way. I'm now going to give my little desk area a clean. As you know, I do have an office upstairs, but then I do sometimes work in that downstairs under the stairs area while the children are playing in the playroom. And I'm going to give the floor another vacuum all under here. Like I said, I'm going to have to vacuum this area a few times just to stop the bits that I'm kind of agitating out of their place going all over the rest of the house. And I do find that main hallway does collect so much muck. Now it's time to get rid of a couple of baby gates. Zara is getting that much older. I still feel like we need them on the stairs because she's a bit of a liability, but I did used to use the one on the kitchen and the one on the lounge to stop them running in circles, because you can go in circles round around our house. But we can get rid of some of them now. I am still going to keep the one in the playroom, so I've got somewhere to put her if, the Tesco delivery's coming or whatever and the front door's open. And I'm just going to wipe underneath where the gates were and wipe round some skirting boards and things. Now to tackle the downstairs loo. Now the amount of shoes in here is driving me insane. So I've vacuumed the shelves, given them a little wipe over, and I'm putting back essential shoes that we're actually using. I've got like 3 pairs of ballet pumps in here, and as I'm filming this, it is winter. It is bleak midwinter. There's no way I'd go out in ballet pumps and no socks. I would freeze. So they can go upstairs, and other shoes that people are not wearing can still go upstairs. I'm quite happy to have these near the front door if they're being worn, but if they're, if they're not the right season or whatever, or if they don't fit, they can go, because we can't fit it all in. And then I'm just going to wipe over the floor. This is such a small room. It's not even worth like getting any kind of mop out or the big vacuum cleaner. It's just worth doing with just getting on my hands and knees and giving it a wipe. Wiping around the skirting boards, vacuuming around the skirting boards, and going all around the floor. Now normally I do start with cleaning like the higher up things and then moving to the floor. So I'm doing this a bit backwards for me really, because I haven't yet cleaned the toilet or the sink. But I sort of started doing the shelves and then thought, do you know what, I'm doing the floor now. Zara's step is a really messy item in this room. It really bugs me, but she still needs the step. So, whether in the next house we'll get like a nicer step that isn't so kind of ugly. I don't know. It's Toy Story, it's cutesy, kiddie, whatever, but it just doesn't sort of match, So having said, I'm not going to vacuum the whole floor with a big vacuum cleaner. I'm now going to vacuum the whole floor with the vacuum cleaner. Mainly because I'd managed to do the edges, but there were still bits on the middle of the floor. Now on to a little bit of glass cleaner. Now, I bought this in one of my Tesco hauls, which I shall link up above. I've not tried it yet, but I'm hoping it's just going to be nicer than the one I was using previously, which was the Star Drops. They had great results, but it smelled like vinegar. So this does actually smell nice. It smells like mint. So I guess it's like cleaning the mirror with, toothpaste kind of smell. So I don't love it as much. I love like this lavender one's really nice that I'm using, this multi-surface cleaner. Interestingly, I did not go and reach for, I've got the bathroom cleaner in another room. I did not bother to go and get the bathroom cleaner to clean this bathroom. I'm just using the lavender multi-surface, partly because it was there and partly because I prefer the smell to the bathroom one. All of the bathroom ones smell kind of minty, so okay, your whole bathroom will smell like toothpaste. That's great, that's better than normal bathroom cleaners. When it comes to cleaning the bathrooms, I'd like to clean from cleanest areas, so windowsills and sinks, and then do the loo last, and that way I can put my loo cloth in the wash in that bucket straight away, and that is a Capricorn floor down the loo to make it smell amazing. So that is the downstairs loo clean and looking a lot tidier and smelling pretty darn good too. So at least if anyone visits our house, as long as they don't venture beyond the entrance hall and the downstairs loo at the moment, it doesn't look too bad, so I think we better keep going. Now it's time to empty the dryer. I have been using these dryer eggs from Egg Laundry and really liking them. Not forgetting to empty the dryer fluff, people, very important for dryer efficiency and also for not causing fires, etc. Just going to carry on by dumping some of the stuff that I've collected in baskets from downstairs back upstairs and bringing down some more dirty laundry to stick on another load. You guys know I love getting laundry on while I'm doing other things because the laundry is working and, you know, while I am working too. Now, a quick word about these reusable colour catchers. I know a few of you recommended them and I have been using them. You can see I've got like a rainbow of grey. Now that is a dark one that I feel like is almost at the end of its life. Now these are how they start out, nice and fresh and white, and the idea is you're supposed to keep the box and you are supposed to mark off how many washes you've done with them on the side. I haven't ever done that. If you ever have done that, then please let me know in the comments. But for now, I will be using them and I'm going to try, like I discussed in one of my recent videos, I'm going to try using them as cleaning cloths to do mucky jobs or whatever when they've come to the end of their life, because I feel like using them for 30 washes and then throwing them away is not terribly eco-friendly. Next, on to the living room. I need to really clear this room. I've just taken my ring light out to get that out the way, ready to take it upstairs. My letterboard, all of Bella's birthday bits, all the toys the children brought in the living room. Because it's been Christmas, we've spent a lot more time in the living room. When my husband is in work, I tend to spend time in the playroom with the children, and that way the living room stays nice and tidy. It's just not been the case. We've had people over, the living room's bigger. So we need to clear off Bella's birthday cards. Now I can give this windowsill a nice old clean, give it a little dust on the shelves and on our little tables and things, all around the pictures. This does get neglected. I don't do dusting in this room as much as I should, if I'm honest. I'm going to shake out this rug. You can't really vacuum it because it's so long. It's like it would just all get stuck in bristles and things. So I'm just shaking it to get all the muck off it and then vacuuming whatever falls out of it, which on this occasion was mostly just dust and dirt, but sometimes it's like toys and money and things. I'm actually moving the sofas and doing behind the sofas, which I must admit pretty grim. Again, I do the middle of the floors a lot. I don't often, well, I don't as often as I should, move the furniture and do behind them, full disclosure, and it gets pretty dusty and gross and grim down there. So it does need doing every now and again, but even as a mum, if I can't manage to do it all the time, I'm going to try not to beat myself up about it. But today I'm going to try and do as thorough a clean as I can manage within the time I have, within what my children will allow me to do. So yeah, main floor done, bring the rug back in, and then it's going to be time to sort of straighten out the cushions. I have made my own fabric refresher, sort of like a homemade Febreze, just using this bottle, and then I've put boiling water in with a spoonful of bicarbonate of soda and a few drops of lavender, and given it a bit of a shake around, and then that makes a really nice smelling fabric refresher. I will link all of those items below if you want to get your hands on any of them. So I'm just spraying all the cushions with the fabric freshener and then moving on to the glass and this door, which again, full disclosure, this does not get done that much. I'm using the Method glass cleaner in the mint, and then once those doors are finished, the living room is pretty much done. As although this is intended to be a whole house clean with me, you just never know as a mum when your children are going to force you to stop. So at least now, if anyone visited, the entrance hall, the downstairs loo and the living room are reasonably clean and tidy. Having said that, I've dumped all the stuff in the hall, so let's carry that upstairs out of the way to deal with later. And then we can move on to vacuuming the stairs. Now, sometimes I do use my little Dyson for this, but the battery on it is not that charged at the moment, so I am using my bigger vacuum cleaner. At least I know I'm not going to have it dying on me halfway through. So now let's get on to the kitchen, which again, if people come and visit the kitchen, it's kind of where you're going to hang out a little bit, isn't it? I am trying this Method kitchen cleaner spray in Clementine today. Now, smell-wise, it is nice, but if I'm honest, I still think I prefer, for the kitchen, my favourite is their multi-surface in pink grapefruit. My favourites are definitely the pink grapefruit and the wild rhubarb for sure. Having said that, today I'm also going to try the Method granite and marble cleaner, because obviously we've got granite countertops. Let's see if this is any better. Now, it's said to smell like apples, but have you ever had
apple flavour fizzy chewits, which are kind of like a sweet flavoured apple. Like, obviously it's sweet as opposed to apple. That's what it smells like. It smells like apple fizzy chewits. So if you like that, then by all means go for this. It is nice on the granite. It does bring them up nicely. Is it any better than the multi-surface? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth having this as well as the multi-surface. Let me report back. Let me keep using it for a few days and report back. Because at the moment, although it is bringing the countertops up nicely, so does the other one. So I don't know if it's worth investing in all the different types. I'm now going to clean the children's toy kitchen, and I'm using the Clementine kitchen cleaner again because it is a kitchen. It's in my kitchen. It is a kitchen, and this really gets neglected and not cleaned that much too. Next, I'm going to do something else that I don't do often enough, which is, oh my goodness, look at that. Pull out the table. Now, the table gets vacuumed underneath all the time. You wouldn't have thought it looking at that, but it doesn't get pulled out as often as it should. So it gets daily, vacuums around the chairs and under it, but you can't really see what you're doing unless you pull it all out. And this bit of the floor is so grim and gross. I'm down on my hands and knees wiping it because just mopping it isn't going to cut it. And I do feel like you can kind of get a really good clean by sometimes just actually wiping it as if it was a countertop. I will get the floor cleaner mop thing out as well. That's a little tiny bit of AstroTurf, by the way, in case you're wondering what that is, which we used to wipe our feet on. And we had our garden AstroTurfed while my husband did it, which was the best thing ever, by the way, because it's like carpet outdoors. But we did keep that little strip just to wipe feet on the way in. Next job is to just finish vacuuming the rest of the kitchen. Now this bit, because obviously it's like an open space, is much easier to clean, less stuff to pull out and what have you, but still gets full of crumbs and things. And then I'm just going to wipe around the bin and the edge of the what are they even called, skirting boards, and under the units and that kind of thing before mopping. So I think once the edges are done, you've really given them a blooming good wipe. The mopping, or this, it's 1-2 spray, isn't it? It's called the Reusable 1-2 spray with a little bit of Zoflora in it, diluted with water, and this makes this floor smell great. It's much less, not messy, because mopping isn't messy, is it? But it makes the floor less wet. It dries quicker than using a traditional mop. It's just a lot quicker. We're now in the laundry room and giving the whole countertops a spray and doing the floor. And then as I'm using dirty cloth, they're going into my old nappy bucket, as well as my Reusable 1-2 spray cover thing is going into the old nappy bucket to be washed and disinfected and sanitized with the cloths too. So that is the laundry room done. I know it won't stay super tidy for long because obviously I have more laundry to do, but at least it's clean and tidy. And the kitchen done. Like I said, the kitchen wasn't that untidy, it was just really needed cleaning, and it is now nice and clean, and that makes me happy because, like I said, it's downstairs, it's where people hang out if they come and visit. So if we have visitors now, it's going to be okay. Now for some more laundry, to mess up my laundry room. So I'm just emptying out the machine, splitting things into things that go into the dryer and things that do not go into the dryer. The things that do not go into the dryer have to go upstairs to go into my airing cupboard where they get hung up to dry. Just running those things upstairs, deal with that later. And as you can see, the hall is, pretty clean and tidy now. It is respectable, so that the lounge, the downstairs loo and the kitchen all sorted. It's time to tackle the playroom. Now, as you know, I'm a big fan of getting the children involved whenever possible. It is not the quickest way of getting things done, but I do believe that it doesn't do them any harm to help to tidy up, especially when it is their own mess. And the playroom is very much their own mess. So is it quicker to do it myself? Probably. Is it good for them to learn to all muck in and tidy up? Yes, definitely. Are they going to enjoy it? Sometimes they do, sometimes they make a game, sometimes they're like, not first. But, I think it's a good, important life lesson for them to learn to tidy up and do kind of age-appropriate jobs to help out around the house. So let me know in the comments, do you get your children to help out around the house or not? Anyway, that was my quick as a flash method. Multi-surface is back out to do this room. I'm just dusting the top of the surfaces and things. This room gets vacuumed a lot. It doesn't get dusted as much as it should, if I'm honest, full disclosure. We tidy it up every day. I vacuum it whenever I'm vacuuming the hall. But dusting. Oh, you know, there are some rooms that always get all the TLC and some rooms that don't as much. Yeah, this is one of my don't as much, so whoops about that. Anyway, quick as a flash, the playroom is looking a gazillion times better. Okay, it wasn't quick as a flash, I sped that up a lot, but it's done now. On to another room that is a bit of a disaster at the moment, and that is Bella's bedroom. Now, Bella adores having a tidy bedroom. She does not like tidying her bedroom. She is pretty good at keeping it tidy when it is tidy, but I think as soon as it reaches that critical mass of it deteriorates quite fast. I'm also trying to clear a lot of the stuff that belongs up to the attic, and I've left the little ones sort of making a go of Bella's room while I clear this landing. Back in to help them. Now, I want in the next house to have enough hanging rail for her to hang up all of her dressing up clothes, but at the moment she just doesn't have enough hanging space. So some of her dressing up clothes go in those boxes. I mean, I don't know, is it better just to keep them in boxes anyway because it's easier than having to hang them up for children? I don't know, let me know in the comments. What's the best kind of dressing up storage and what do you do for your children? Okay, on to folding bedding. This was all the bedding that I brought up from the laundry room from my mass change the bed session, which was, I think, the day before we filmed this. I like to fold bedding away a certain way. I like to fold it in half, then in half again lengthways to make a really long, thin sort of shape, and then sort of the way Marie Kondo folds it on itself over and over to make like a triangle, and then that goes inside the pillowcase. So everything that belongs to the bedding set goes inside one of the pillowcases, and then that way when you go to grab a duvet cover set, you know you've got everything you need there without having to wrestle around for like, where's this pillowcase, where's that gone? And I always like to store the children's bedroom in their own rooms, and that way if in the middle of the night there is a situation where they've been sick or whatever, you need to change their bedding, it's all there for them, but I'm just disturb the rest of the house. Now this is me putting clean pillowcases or cushion covers back on these cushions because Zara weed on them. So that happens sometimes. My bed had been changed the day before, so I'm just straightening it out and then just dusting around along my headboard, that gets dusty, on my TV, all the tops of the surfaces and things, my dressing table, which gets really mucky dusty, and then I'm going to put away these Christmas clothes. So these are packing cubes, I will link them below. And I'm just going to fold away all our Christmas jumpers, Christmas jumper dresses, my sort of t-shirts and things with Christmas on them. All the Christmassy stuff can go away until next year because there is no point in it filling up my wardrobe. I do need to go through my wardrobe, if I'm honest. I've still got some really sort of out of season stuff in there, and definitely when we've moved I need to really make a habit of changing over my wardrobe seasonally so it's not kind of over crammed. And now I'm going to put some stuff away in my wardrobe. So I've got some shoes I'm putting away, and then I've got my comfy, cozy kind of evening-y wear. I have said before, I don't actually wear proper pajamas to bed. I change into like yoga pants and comfy t-shirts and things, and I wear those in the evenings and then to bed. And then, do you know what? If someone shows up in the morning, you're not really in pajamas, you're just in super lazy, comfy, cozy clothes. Trick I picked up when I was pregnant and the midwife used to show up, or when I just had a baby and the midwife used to show up at all hours. Then that is my room vacuumed and looking a lot better. I mean, someone's already sat on the bed since I've straightened it out and mucked it, but never mind, we can live with that, can't we? So I'm now going to vacuum the landing carpet, which gets a bit mucky, lots of footfall around there. You can see the children are tidying up for me in Zara's room and just generally putting things away in boxes. So I'm just getting them all to muck in and, team effort it. They've not done a bad job of Bella's room, have they? They've managed to put the toys away. I did all the hanging up stuff. Again, next house I want to make sure that the children have got hanging rails they can access so they can hang up their own stuff. Now I am dusting, look at all the dust coming off there, the stairs that go up to the top floor, and then I'm just going to re-vacuum all the dust that I just threw onto the carpet. Now the children have sort of tidied the floor in Zara's room, I'm going to straighten out the bedding. The bedding was changed yesterday, so that doesn't need change, it just needs straightening out. And the floor needs vacuuming. I'm running out of time. You can see the curtains are closed. It is because it is dark now. Children's bedroom is fast approaching, so I have not actually dusted in Zara's room. That'll have to wait for another day, but it's been tidied, it has been vacuumed, the bedroom has been straightened out, and the bedding is tidy, so she is ready for bed. So yes, I was being super thorough downstairs, and now it is taking me an eternity to get through the house. So the girls' rooms are tidy, just not quite as thoroughly cleaned as downstairs. But you know, sometimes as a mum, you've got to make decisions on what's important and what you can manage to achieve during the day. Up in Will's room, I just did a couple of his surfaces, his desk and his table, just so they've been really cleaned. I haven't done his mirrored wardrobe. I haven't gone like dusting all around his Lego, because that would take a whole day just by itself. But I have tidied up his bed and vacuumed his floor. Now this is a big pile of jeans and things that William has ejected from his room. They are too small, or they've got holes in the knees, whatever, and they need to be donated. The ring light finally made it as far as my office where it belongs, and I can just dust on top of some of these Calyx units. Again, this is a bit of a neglected area. It gets done last because it's only, you know, myself that comes up here and Will really. So it doesn't get as dirty, but therefore it doesn't get cleaned as much either. Just vacuuming round the landing, which has just been in desperate need of doing, and then we're into my office. Now, my office has been a proper dumping ground over Christmas. I am putting away the last of the Christmas stuff. I've got like a Christmas cupboard behind the door, so I'm putting away the Christmas Eve boxes in case the elf wants to fill those up again next year, if the children are good. And then I'm putting away the wrapping paper into that suit carrier that is hanging in that Christmas cupboard. If you're not storing your wrapping paper already, if you're not storing it in a suit carrier, then go and do it immediately. It's a game changer. And then I'm using my method. I'm loving the lavender today. I'm loving a bit of lavender. It's making my hair smell nice. So it'll make my desk smell nice. I am wiping over this table that the children use when they do come up to my office with me. I normally work downstairs if I've got them all with me, but when they do come up with me, they sit there and do some colouring and things. And then giving the place a little vacuum over, and that's the top floor done. The time is really getting on now. The office is done, the top landing is done, Will's bedroom is done, and Will is actually going to sleep in his bedroom. You can see him there in the darkness. So now I am getting pretty exhausted by this point and sort of losing the will to live a little bit. By this point, my hips are actually hurting again. I had that weird SPD thing when I was pregnant, which sort of made all my hips and everything feel kind of too loose. And I must admit, after having that 4 times, my hips have never really recovered. When I do loads and loads of cleaning, it kind of hurts. So totally random and not really cleaning related, but that's what's going on. So I am actually using, don't know if you caught it very quickly there, the Method bathroom cleaner, the one that smells like mint. Not especially because it's better than the multi-surface. I've tried using clean the bathroom with this, clean the bathroom with the multi-surface. So I feel they do an equally good job. But although I won't buy it again because I prefer the smells of the others, I may as well use it up because I don't dislike it. I just don't love it like I love the other ones. I love the other ones. I love the lavender, I love the pink grapefruit, and I love the wild rhubarb anti-bac cleaner. It's just giving the toilet a good old clean with the cloth before I chuck that in wash. And then I don't really have time to fully clean the children's shower, so I'm just spritzing it down. This is the Method Daily Shower Cleaner. It's like a spray and leave kind of shower cleaner, and then that is their bathroom done. I will make sure next time I clean their bathroom that I give the shower a really good scrub, but for today it's just gonna have to do. You know, some days you just have to accept that'll have to do. And on to our ensuite bathroom. First job to pull out all the towels and then start up high with the glass cleaner, the Method glass cleaner, smells like mint, and then the Method bathroom cleaner, it smells like mint, with my little, this isn't a Minky, this is a Minky equivalent pad. I have got a whole video all about the different cleaning pads that I use and comparing them, like a little review, compare and contrast. I will link that in the cards now. So doing the sink, the windowsill, just wiping around this area of floor, which is really grimy, grubby, disgusting, wiping over the scales, and then onto the loo. And I'm planning to clean the shower while I'm in the shower, which I'm about to take a shower as soon as I finish filming this video.
Wow, that is it. Whole house clean done. Quite thorough clean downstairs, getting less and less thorough as we got upstairs because I've only just finished and it is 8:45. I am exhausted. But if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 PM. You can see my latest video over here and more cleaning videos down here. See you guys soon.